I think we are handling some of the large cases, and we're fortunate to have the day-to-day experience in some of these matters. I think one will have to look at this on a very asset-specific basis. So there could be assets in the steel sector, in the cement sector, which will trade. There is huge interest, and we are being tapped by a number of parties, strategic as well as financial, both domestic and international. Right? So you will see definitely, very promising resolution plans coming up for these assets. At the other end of the extreme are say players in the EPC space, in the real estate space, in thermal power, thermal space, where the resolution is going to be far more trickier, and it may be difficult to foresee what's going to happen, but possibly there could be interest in selective pockets, and there will be cherry picking of specific assets. Say for example, select road SPVs or select projects where the percentage completion is pretty high, and so there could be interest for such assets. Whereas where you have projects which are at a very early stage in the execution life cycle, there will be less interest for that. So I think it's going to play out on a very specific basis. But really we will see resolution in some of the industries like steel and cement.
All right. So resolution expected in sectors like steel and cement. On that note, sir, there's one aspect that has caused a bit of a concern, and that is the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code does not bar the promoters from making their own bids.
No, in fact, the code has been designed to encourage promoters to possibly come up with resolution plans on their own. And in fact, the IBBI chairman, has been pretty vocal at public platforms that promoters are, of course, most welcome. There has to be absolute creativity and freedom in coming up with whatever resolution plan. Whoever wants to bid is
so, but the counter argument would be that if the promoter does indeed come up with a proper resolution plan within that 270-day time frame, then the other aspect is the fact that the promoter knows the asset better than anybody else. So wouldn't that give him an unfair advantage? And also, the lenders have given him enough timeline. So why give the promoter yet another chance to go ahead and grab the asset?
There could be situations where the asset is in this particular position given the external environment and for factors beyond their control of the promoter. So it is possible that with a clean slate, with a bit of a restructuring of the interest and the principal outstanding, there could be a chances of revival. Now, obviously, the Committee of Creditors, which is going to take a final call on selecting the preferred resolution plan from whoever applies, is going to look at the quality of the plan, the proof of funding, the doability, the credibility of the people who are putting forward, who are backing the promoter. Some of those qualitative aspects will also be looked at.